All right. I think I'm live now. Took me a second for my computer to load. I don't suspect anybody's going to actually be on here because of school happening. Maybe Peyton and Eli, because Moringa doesn't have classes, in-person classes on Wednesday. But just needed to make a quick announcement for youth group tonight. And in addition to that, I also would like to share with you Bible. So because the numbers have been going up in Iowa over the last probably I'd say month or so, maybe not quite that long. Um, the state of Iowa has been taking some. The governor has made some announcements about making some decisions about mask wearing and public gatherings and that kind of thing. In light of those decisions, the leadership of Victor Baptist Church, the pastors, deacons, have decided that we would cancel Awana and Youth for tonight. We were not having it next week because of Thanksgiving, but then hopefully be able to come back. We'll reassess the situation, but hopefully be able to come back December 2nd, which is 2 Wednesdays from tonight. And so in light of that, I obviously am announcing that we're not having youth group tonight. Hopefully on December 2nd, if we can come back, it will be back at the Legion Hall as normal, 6 o'clock, 8 o'clock, all that good stuff. But as of tonight, we will not have youth group. I do want to share a quick devotional with you in light of not having youth group, and because we will not have youth group for the next couple of weeks, I'll probably do a few of these devotionals. Probably not every day, but I'll probably try and get on here at a different time than noon, or specifically 1:20 right now on a Wednesday. But just try to stay in contact with you as much as I can, virtually, obviously not in person. But that being said, obviously the announcement, in case you missed it, no youth group tonight or next week. Next week was already scheduled, but we are not having a youth group this week tonight due to the complicated COVID situation here in the state of Iowa. I do want to bring up some prayer requests for you in light of this. Please be in prayer, obviously, that COVID, the, the infectious rate would go down. I'm afraid that if it doesn't, school may even be canceled at some point for a period of time. So if you like getting outside and living your life a little bit more than you did previously back in March and April, then I think we definitely need to be praying that we would see the infection rate going down rather than going up. And just pray for wisdom as new information comes in, that people would be able to see and determine certain choices based on not fear, but faith in God, and also in what is in reality happening, I guess. So definitely be in prayer uh, for wisdom, as well as God's provision that would keep this stuff at bay. Before I leave or whatever, the devotional I want to read. The verse of the day is found in John chapter 11, verse 25 to 26. It says, Jesus said to her, I am the resurrection and the life. The one who believes in me will live, even though they die. And whoever lives by believing in me will never die. Do you believe this? Jesus is talking to a lady that just lost her brother. They're literally at a funeral, and she is grieving. And a very specific thing, Jesus is there to comfort them. Jesus is there to attend the funeral, but at the same time, Jesus is there to perform a miracle. And while in the middle of the pain of that funeral, Jesus is he's definitely grieving with them to some extent, because one of the shortest verses in the Bible is Jesus wept from this story. But at the same time, Jesus is making a definitive statement about the reality of life. And he says, I am the resurrection of life. Jesus is saying, I am life. The one who believes in me will live even though they die. And whoever lives by believing in me will never die. Do you believe this? So, being at a funeral, Jesus says, look, I know that death is a reality. You can see it right now. Your brother Lazarus is dead. But this is not the end. Death in this world, in this side of heaven or reality, isn't the end. And Jesus is making this definitive statement saying, he is the resurrection and the life. If you want to live beyond this moment, if you want to live into eternity, you must believe in him. Because he says, whoever believes in me will live even though they die. Ergo, they will have eternal life. And I like that verse for right now because hopefully, students, you are watching this. You didn't turn it off after a minute two because I said we're not having youth group, and you just out of frustration shut it off. Some of you, I want all of you to be ready to meet God someday, but some of you are not ready. And people that are watching this may be right on the cusp, but you're not quite there yet to believe in Jesus. Look, we live in a terrible world, and with COVID, people are saying, you gotta shut life down, you gotta stop going out, you gotta do certain things that you wouldn't normally do, or you can't do some things that you would normally do. God says, look, you're gonna always face death. You can't get away from that. But what you can do is you can find eternal life or real life, everlasting life in Jesus. And he makes it pretty clear, if you believe in Jesus, if you believe in him, then you will be saved. And after making that statement, that whoever, if you believe in, I am the resurrection and life, the one who believes in me will live even though they die, and whoever lives by believing me will never die. Do you believe this? I think I somehow switched versions. I apologize. It was throwing me off. Jesus is just making a definitive statement. If you believe in me, then you won't die. Do you believe this? If you believe in him, you will have eternal life. That even though you die on this side of heaven, even though you die from this existence, you will continue to live in eternity with God. Do you believe this? And so my question to you is Jesus' question, do you believe that? Do you believe that if you trust in Jesus, you'll have eternal life? It's a pretty straightforward, basic question. Do you want to not live in fear? Do you want to live your life with confidence, knowing that it doesn't matter what happens to you today, you will go on living forever in eternity, even if you died today? So therefore, you have nothing really truly to fear, because even if today was the day you died, Jesus says, if you believe in him, you will never die and you will live forever. It all comes down to faith. It all comes down to believing in Jesus. So that's probably not what we would have talked about tonight in youth group, but I do want to leave it there with you guys on that one, that you can choose to not live in fear. You can choose, but I don't believe that us canceling youth group was a matter of fear. It was a matter of practicality. It was a matter of trying to adjust what we're doing based on what the governor is trying to say we should do, and that kind of stuff. It doesn't have anything to do with fear, because for me, I'm not afraid, because I know where I'm going to go. If today was my last day, it's not really my last day. Even though I die, I will live forever in the presence of God. I just want that to be true for you as well. And so if you want to not live in fear, but live in faith, or live with confidence without being afraid, then you must trust in Jesus, because there's no other option. There's no guarantee in any other aspect of life. There's nobody else giving you guarantees. Only Jesus does. And I guarantee is no matter what you do, no matter what happens, even if you die, you will live. So even if you die of COVID or cancer or car accident or whatever, if you've believed in Jesus, you will live. So I'll leave that at that, I guess, and just hope to see you guys in a couple of weeks. Hope to see you obviously sooner than that. I may or may not be able to come to some of your games. I know junior high, there's no more sporting events happening based on what the governor stated Monday, Tuesday, or whenever it was. And it seems like the declaration might be each player gets like so many participants to watch. And since most of you probably have family and friends that would come see you, I don't know if technically I would be allowed to come to these sporting events. I'll try, but I don't know if I'll be able to. So hopefully we'll be able to see each other. Maybe make sure I'm at Casey's again, like I was back in March and April, and hopefully you guys just come in randomly, and I'll see you then or whatever. But anyways, we're at 11 minutes, so that's probably long enough. You guys have a good one. I really do hope we can have youth group in a couple of weeks. Just pray for that. Pray that we will be able to, and pray that school isn't getting canceled or they don't do any more shenanigans. So you guys stay healthy, stay classy, and I will hopefully see you soon.